Hello and welcome to everyone who has joined us for the latest of SalesLayer webinars entitled How Technologies Turn Brand Managers into Brand Heroes. My name is Álvaro Verdoy and I am CEO and co-founder of SalesLayer. And today I am very pleased to welcome Ben Summers from one of our expert partners, Libris Systems, who have a long and successful history of working with SalesLayer, I believe, for over 3 years, right? So in concert with their own technology, Unify, we help to solve the many problems facing brand marketers and marketing teams. So welcome, Ben.
Thank you.
Before we get started, as always, a little housekeeping. Should you have any questions or comments during the webinar, please place them in the chat box on the right-hand panel of the screen and leave your email address there also. We will answer you directly. Please also note that a recording of the webinar will be available after the event, and we will be sending a link to all attendees. Okay, so let us begin. Ben, please, could you explain how partner technologies, so about the topic, how partner technologies turn brand managers into brand heroes? So perhaps you could give a brief history of how from Libris you have been focused in this area.
Yeah, sure, no problem at all. So yes, as I said, my name is Ben Summers and I work for Libris Systems. I'm the lead information architect. So us as a company, Libris Systems focuses on being a data-driven solutions provider. So we take clients' data, organize and populate a single source, which is the SalesLayer PIM, and we feed that data out to different entities, websites, data sheets, brochures, flyers, and apps. So the data is all in one place and it's always up to date, and that helps companies manage their data and their brands. There's also Unify, which is our software as a service offering that we have, and that takes all of the data that's stored in the PIM and wraps it on brand designs. So it brands it all completely that are locked. And that's completely controlled by the marketing department and also gives the ability for it to be personalized, but in a controlled way. So the company was formed 18 years ago by 4 people from brand, print and design backgrounds. So we've got a wealth of experience in that area. We've combined our knowledge of branding and design with modern digital technologies to create something that can really help brand managers.
Perfect. Great introduction. So okay, you said that you have experience working with marketers. So what in your view are the major challenges that face marketers nowadays?
Without a doubt, the biggest challenge that they have is keeping control of their brand. So with many channels and locations, both print and digital, where their brand is used, it's an ever-increasing challenge. And it's closely followed by not having the right information about the products that they're actually supposed to be marketing. So that just affects their communication throughout the business internally, particularly with the sales team, but also obviously the outside world as well.
Okay. So perhaps you could explain a little bit how Libris and your main product Unify and us from SalesLayer been working together to help develop brand and content strategies. How does it work? So people can understand.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we've seen clients' data stored in various locations across the business, across the world, across different people's machines. It could be Excel spreadsheets, and we've seen actual product information, brand information only in InDesign documents. So it's been very hard for everybody in the business to know where to go to get the latest information. So obviously we've been working with you guys, SalesLayer, for quite a while now. The PIM provides a central repository that contains all of the correct product information with images, the technical specs, and it's got the ability to send this information out to any number of channels. So how that fits with Unify is Unify allows the sales team to access the approved marketing information and the product data, and it even allows it to be personalized. So we've linked sales layer PIM with Unify to give a central area where the marketing and sales teams can store, manage, access, and personalize all of the latest information. So this system has been seen as a bit of a savior to marketing and sales teams in particular. So I've got a typical kind of process before, and this is for sales teams that are looking to send information out to prospective clients. So first of all, they need to find the latest marketing materials, the latest product information, and typically they contact the marketing department for that. So they wait for a response, they chase them up if they need to, they receive the information back, they check it over to make sure it's what they need, and if it's not, they have to go through this whole process again. And obviously that takes quite a bit of time, but once they've got what they need, they can send it on to the client. So what we've done by linking Unify and the sales layer PIM, there's no searching, there's no contacting marketing, there's no waiting, there's no chasing to get the right information. So what happens now is they log into a central area that is controlled by the marketing team, which contains Unify and sales layer information. And they can get exactly what they need, personalize it, download all the files into a single PDF, and then send it straight out to their client.
Okay, that's great. So so in theory, it sounds like very simple. So perhaps you could show us a practical example in a real environment, or
sure.
How it works.
Yeah, no problem. For the marketing teams in particular, they needed PIM and Unify to become a marketing repository, so they can address the main challenges of brand management. And the sales teams no longer have to contact the marketing team. So what I can do is go to our Unify dashboard. So Unify allows you to personalize approved marketing material that's kept on brand and combine that with the latest product data from the PIM. We have a brand manager section, and that's used by the marketing team to keep the marketing materials up to date, and any changes made there are automatically linked throughout the system itself. We've linked the PIM, so any PIM information that's updated, it also collates and links to Unify as well, and that's in real time. And we've got a sales tool section here, which is used by the sales teams to personalize and collate the needed information, which is all on brand, and then they can send that on to prospective clients.
Okay.
So I've actually I've got an example of a client that's been using all these features, and it's John Cullen, that's a lighting specialist. They're widely recognised as being at the forefront of lighting design and development in the UK. And their biggest challenge was having to artwork thousands of data sheets whenever changes were made. So that obviously took a considerable amount of resources, lots of time. And they also have found it quite hard to distribute those effectively to their sales team. And that's when they came to us for a solution, basically. So now they've got everything in the PIM, store all the product information there. The data sheets now build themselves. Our system checks every hour to see if any changes are made in the PIM, and then it rebuilds their on-brand data sheets automatically. They're then distributed to Dropbox and then also linked into the Unify system as well, which I'll be able to show you now. So the sales tool, this is the typical example of where the sales teams go to actually create their brochures and various bits of marketing material to send out to their prospective clients. So if we go down to the John Cullen example, I'll do a test. So
this is mainly used by sales teams?
Yes, this section is, yeah.
Okay.
So they fill out all of their customer details in this section here, and their details are filled in automatically.
I see that you also use Grammarly as a plugin.
Yes, I do. Yes, okay. Yeah, it's extremely handy.
I use it as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have that one. So this is the second step. So they've personalized it for their client. They then come into the contents. This is a mixture here of marketing materials from the marketing department, and then also product data down here as well. So if I have a look at a preview of this data sheet, this is an example of a John Cullen data sheet that is fed from the PIM. So these data sheets now build themselves into the layout that we've created for them from PIM data, and then they're automatically connected into Unify for the sales teams to collate and send on. So we've got a filter section here, so you can filter down all the 2700K lights. So if they want to include an introduction, demonstration room information, one room design service, they just check all the options that they need. They can continue on. We also offer a cover letter and also a quotation as well, which John Cullen don't currently use. And then we give the ability to reorder these pages as well. So we can reorder the data sheets if they wanted a particular one to come first, and then create. So what that does is it collates all of the information from the approved marketing materials from the marketing team, and also the product data from the PIM into a single PDF that is then ready in their downloads in under 5 minutes to then send on to their clients. So I've got another example of a document here. So for John Cullen, another part of this is for the marketing team. So the brand manager section here that I'm going into now is used by the marketing department to keep everything on brand. So this is essentially InDesign in the cloud. It's within Unify. There's no separate InDesign license to buy or anything like that. It's all completely contained within Unify. So from here, the marketing team can go in, they can change the title, they can change images, for instance. So if they've won awards, for instance, I'm sure I've got some awards somewhere. No, if I use that one, there we go. So you can resize live here all of their marketing material designs, and once that's saved, that is then linked immediately and updated for all of the sales staff using the sales tool.
So if I understand, this is the template that sales teams use as well? This kind of template?
This is a marketing only. So marketing can control the templates and the information that actually goes out. And then the sales tool allows the sales team to personalize key areas of it.
Okay, I understand. So then based on the design and also the limitations of the different modules inside the page, right? The sales team will be able to change specific areas of the document. Is that right?
Oh, sorry, you broke up there a little bit.
Sorry. So is that right? So I mean, the designer defines what are the elements, the elements that can be modified by the sales team, right? And then the sales team can, adapt the documents to the specific needs, no? But following the rules that have been set by the marketing team.
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, perfect.
Yeah. For this one, I can't move this text anywhere. I can't move the images anywhere at all. I can only change the contents of the images and the contents of the text. So all of the fonts are the same. Everything's locked down, so it retains the brand. Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's a way to keep consistency across all the documents created by the sales team.
Yeah, I'll just pop to downloads and see if that's come in. Let's try. This one here. This is an old example for John Cullen. They didn't want us to show the latest kind of information that they've got, their marketing bits and pieces. So this is a kind of a historic version for them. So we've got Mr. Smith, which is the name I put in the first step. Let's show you what John Cullen didn't do for, and then test was the company name I entered. So it collates all of the approved kind of marketing materials, and then it folds in all of the data sheets that are all PIM fed. So it's all up to date, and so that everybody knows that the latest information is being sent to prospective clients, and it is all on brand.
Okay, that is awesome. Really fast to create. Is very handy. So previously, the way to compare this with a situation that currently a company might have, as you were explaining in that graphic, in that slide that was going through many different steps.
Oh yeah.
How do companies do it without these kind of systems? It's more. It's more manual, using InDesign.
Very manual. InDesign or Illustrator. Obviously, having to find all the latest information takes a long time to actually do, and then to actually get back, brand it all to make sure it's all on brand, again, takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And this basically automates that, so people can actually get on with the marketing that they need to do for the products, and knowing that the brand is protected using this system.
And also this fight between sales and marketing all the time, that sales is always asking for materials, but this way the sales team directly can create their own materials or PDFs or whatever they need for their customers, and not depending on the marketing team, right? They can do it their way, but at the same time controlling the consistency and the quality of the designs.
Exactly, yeah. Quality is a big factor in this, because we've had clients as well send out various Word documents, different fonts, stretched logos, and it just wasn't a nice, consistent experience for that brand. So using this, it kind of tailors it all back so that it's all very controlled by marketing.
Okay, and apart from John Cullen and the lighting, you don't have to say brands, but apart from this industry lighting, where do you find that Unify can be useful? Which other industries are your target for these kind of solutions?
We've got quite a wide range, really. We've got the hospitality industries, so for events, weddings in particular, it works very well because it's a very personalized thing. We've also got some independent schools using it for prospectuses. We've also got companies that sell LED digital displays, and also lease LED digital displays for events. So again, all the product information about those displays is stored, and then it feeds into this. They can create case studies with it, pulling in the product information as well, and then obviously personalize that, and that goes out. And also the banking industry as well, like hard merchant service providers using this as well in 5 countries at the moment, one of our clients. So they've found it hugely beneficial and have said to us that they've specifically won accounts off the back of having this type of control, knowing that all of the product information is correct and is being sent out in the right way.
Yeah, I find it particularly useful for any company who has field sales everywhere.
Yes.
They need to create documents and proposal for their clients. So that's great. And then combine with sales layer, so you can connect all your product information. That's great because as we can see in this page, product information means in this specific industry a lot of specifications and technical data. So this way there are no mistakes, and also you can create them much quicker. So yes. Okay, so that's great. So would you like to show anything else about Unify of the demo?
No,
or
I think that's it that I've got for today.
Okay. No, I think it's great because it was very practical and was was short and easy to understand. So summing up a little bit this webinar, Ben, there are lots of challenges around the marketing teams, but normally is time and limited budgets to deliver contents, but that content has to always have this brand consistency, but at the same time being personalized, right? So this way, with Unify, we have best from both worlds. We have consistency and also personalization. So we've seen as key takeaways how SalesLayer can connect with Unify. So if we have any customer right now using SalesLayer, they should know that one of the connectors available is Unify to connect their product information with this tool. Then, well, we've seen how to create specific communications to increase sales. Very useful for sales teams. This is great because PIM is mainly for product marketers or marketing teams, but connected to solutions like Unify, it is also very useful for sales teams, and well, in general for all the company, because we can see that as well. We can deliver consistent and customized brand elements, and that's it, most of it. I don't know if I forgot anything in this summary of the webinar. Would you like to add anything else? If any of the viewers want to see a demo, deeper demo of Libris, I mean of the Unify system, they can connect right directly with you, or if not, if you have any doubt about it, you can send us an email, and we will put you in touch with Libris, so you can see a more specific demo.
Yeah, we'd be happy to chat and answer any questions. That's no problem at all.
Okay, perfect. So thanks a lot, Ben. Really interesting. I love your platform. Was very useful, and I hope it was very interesting for rest of the viewers today. Okay. Thanks for your time, Ben.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.